Hiki mai e nā pua I kala ie pa. Hiki mai e nā pua I kala ie. Ke pi'ia e lai ka mauna ki e. Ha'a mai nā kama me ka makua. He wehi pula ma o ke kupuna. E ka I mai ana I ka I mai ana. E hahai ka leo ka hakue. Hiki mai e nā pua I kala ie. Ke pi'ia e lai ka mauna ki e. Ha'a mai nā kama me ka makua. E wehi pula ma o ke kupuna. E ka I mai ana I ka I mai ana. E hahai ka leo ka hakue. Aloha e, aloha e, aloha e.
Brothers and sisters, aloha! It is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you to Brigham Young University, Hawaii. We are thrilled to have you join our ohana. This opening ceremony is our opportunity to introduce you to the purpose of BYU Hawaii and help you start to understand the prophetic foundation upon which this university rests. We are also excited to invite you to begin the process of making plans and commitments that will lead to meaningful and sacred outcomes. On February 12, 1955, the prophet David O. McKay stood not far from here and dedicated this place unto the Lord's glory and to the salvation of the children of men, that this college and the temple and the town of Laie may become a missionary factor, influencing not thousands, not tens of thousands, but millions of people. That dedicatory service formally launched a journey that continues to this day. All those who have worked and studied here, those who currently are affiliated with this place, and all those who will yet arrive, have the sacred privilege of dedicating and consecrating themselves to helping move this enterprise forward toward achieving that prophetic vision. In fact, each of us is on a journey, one that began before this world came into existence. Our personal journeys through life vary and have elements that are unique for each of us. Nevertheless, a factor common in all journeys is that they are guaranteed to have some sort of a destination. The destination may be one of our own choosing. Alternatively, it may be the natural consequence of failing to make good choices. Regardless, there will be a destination. If we choose to align our journey with what President Nelson has referred to as the covenant path, then the destination will be aligned with the promises of God. 2 years after the church was organized in 1832, the Lord told us through the prophet Joseph Smith that if we choose to focus on a divine destination, that is, if our eye is single to His glory, our whole bodies shall be filled with light. The Lord also taught us how that light would grow as we make the right choices during our journey. He that receiveth light and continueth in God receiveth more light, and that light groweth brighter and brighter until the perfect day. Your time at BYU Hawaii is a critical segment of your life journey. We refer to this segment as the holokai, which is Hawaiian for sea voyage. We use that word for our program of study here because it provides you with a significant education that will prepare you spiritually, intellectually, and vocationally for future elements of your journey. In fact, it is even much more than that. We hope that you will align all aspects of your voyage here, your holokai, with the covenant path that leads to eternal life. I'm talking about choices like how you treat others, choices to attend weekly campus devotionals, choices to embrace and live the honor code and the dress and grooming standards, choices to engage fully in your ward, and choices to worship in the temple. This is why we will give each of you a kukui nut lei as you come to campus, to remind you of the importance of your personal choices along your journey. The kernel of the kukui nut contains oils that make it an excellent choice as a slow-burning fuel for a flame to provide light. A bright light is generated by stringing many kukui nuts together with the central vein of a coconut palm frond. These kukui nuts are wrapped in dried tea leaves and mounted on a bamboo rod to create a torch, or lamaku. These lamaku were used anciently to sustain life by attracting fish at night for food. If you ignite one kukui nut on the lamaku, the flame will spread to the other kukui nuts and ignite them too. Brothers and sisters, oftentimes we don't know all the details of where our choices will lead us in our lives. This is one of the reasons why it is so important that we make choices that will spread and expand the flame of our faith, so that we can be filled with light, and so that the light can grow brighter until the perfect day. When I was your age, I had absolutely no idea that one day I would be part of this amazing experience in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And yet I can now look back and see how so many of the choices I made at your age, some of which seemed insignificant at the time, moved me forward on a path that brought me here. I hope that the choices I make during the remaining time I have on this planet will move me forward on the path to permanent residence in my Heavenly Father's home. I want you to know that there are important reasons why this segment of your personal journey will take place here. We invite you to take time in thought and in prayer, contemplating and discovering those reasons as they relate to your own life. This is truly a sacred place. It has been made holy by the sacrifices of faithful saints for more than 150 years. It was dedicated by a prophet of God and then consecrated by the temple he appointed. It was then dedicated by a second prophet of God and is now consecrated by your righteous contributions at the school he appointed. May God bless you and guide you in the choices you make while you are here. I testify of his love for you and of his abundant wishes for your success and for your safe journey home to him.
Aloha kako. I'm President John Kawe. I'm so excited to welcome you as our newest students here at BYU Hawaii. Usually we would welcome you to our community with a ceremony that includes several traditional components from Polynesian culture, including shell trumpets, flower leis, chant, formal speeches, and food. But these are unusual times, so today's ceremony is remote. I yearn for the day when we will sit together and appreciate the unique sights, sounds, smells, tastes, textures, and emotions that make Laie and BYU Hawaii so special. For now, I ask you to commit to this virtual experience, and I look forward with anticipation to the time when we can be together. The history and heritage of Laie and this university are rich and full of stories of love, service, sacrifice, and success. This video introduces the story of this beautiful place.
This place has been chosen by the Lord.
There's something different here from any other town I've ever visited.
There is nothing else like it.
May the spirit that is here radiate throughout the world.
What can be done here interculturally is what mankind must do if we are to ever have real brotherhood on this earth.
Nowhere in all the world is the spirit of aloha felt more abundantly than Laie on the northeastern shore of Oahu. The ancient Hawaiians singled out Laie as a special place, a place of sanctuary, a city of refuge, and that designation has remained with Laie for thousands of years.
While the kapu system of the ancient religion was still in place, if there was an infraction of any kind, you could easily be put to death.
When you broke a kapu or you did something wrong on the outside, if you made it to the city of refuge, you were safe.
And there were a number of places throughout the islands, and Laie was one of them.
Missionaries from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints began teaching on these islands in 1850, just 3 years after the settlement of Salt Lake City, Utah.
The first 10 missionaries who were called to Hawaii were working in the gold fields of Northern California. An apostle, C.C. Rich, came into their midst, and he said to various ones, "We're thinking of sending you to Hawaii for the winter, or maybe longer."
We landed upon these shores complete strangers, totally ignorant of the language, customs, and prejudices of the people. I had little thought at that time that I would ever learn their language or come as familiar with their customs as I afterwards did.
As they gained use of the language, it was the teachings of the Book of Mormon that struck a chord of familiarity with many Hawaiians.
It became so fascinating to me because I knew absolutely nothing about Joseph, who was sold into Egypt. But I knew as a Hawaiian, we descended from Neve Neve Maulina Ikeikiku, who was one of the 12 sons of Kaimi Pukaku Kinilawamano. I didn't know anything about Lehi, who left Jerusalem, built a ship and went across to the new land. I only knew about Anianiku, that left the land of Kulanahauola, went into the Nahelehele, the bush, the forest, built a huge double canoe, and they went across Keala Amaave Ula Akanaloa, the great desert sea of Kanaloa, and went to the new land called Keainakai Melemele Akane. I knew absolutely nothing of this guy named Hagarth, the shipbuilder, but I knew about Kalaniku i Hawaii Loa Ke Koa i Kahiki, who married Hualalai and had a daughter named Oahu. And that is from where we descend.
Proselyting success began to escalate when a prominent circuit court judge, Jonathan Napela, showed interest and offered assistance on Maui.
It took some time, a few months, actually, for Napela to join the church, but when he did, he became as solid as a rock.
Just a few weeks after his baptism, became the assistant to George Buchanan in creating the first translation of the Book of Mormon into a foreign language.
Canon rely on the understanding and the experience of Napela in the Hawaiian culture and the language. Where on the other hand, Napela was taught by George Buchanan about the principles and the teachings of the gospel.
Due to deep-seated prejudice, Napela's conversion resulted in the loss of his judgeship, but his assistance in translating of the Book of Mormon and teaching the Hawaiian language to the missionaries made him a powerful missionary himself. In less than 3 years, nearly 3,000 native Hawaiians responded to an invitation of baptism into this new Christian faith.
One of the first things that came up was the need to strengthen and consolidate and gather the saints to one place.
After a diligent search, Elder Francis Hammond discovered a large parcel of land that was available for immediate sale on the northeastern side of Oahu, if the sale could be effected quickly. Without time to consult Salt Lake City, he retired to his bed and received what has been described as a most convincing dream, as recorded by Elder Ward E. Pack.
President Brigham Young and his counselor Heber C. Kimball came and went with him over the plantation, calling his attention to the many desirable features it presented for the gathering place of the native saints, and also saying in a very positive manner that this was the chosen spot.
About the same time, another missionary in Laie, Elder William W. Clough, had a similar experience.
I strolled along a path winding through grass plots and haw thickets, when suddenly, and to my astonishment, President Brigham Young came walking up the path and met me face to face. After ordinary greetings were exchanged, we sat down, and a brief conversation about the work on the islands passed between us. He then referred to the beautiful landscape before us. "This," he said, "is a most delightful place. Brother William, this is the place we want to secure to gather the native saints to. Upon this land, we will build a temple unto our God."
That was a remarkable set of circumstances that two men verified in the same kind of vision that Laie was to be the gathering place.
With these assurances, the 6,500-acre parcel of Laie, containing a cattle ranch and some arable land, was purchased in January 1865 for the gathering of Hawaiian saints.
Mormon leaders were interested in cultivating more than a spiritual society in Hawaii. In a letter to King Kamehameha V, LDS church leader Brigham Young wrote of edifying the entire man.
"They will go there as religious teachers, but while this is their calling, they will not confine their labors to spiritual matters only. According to the precepts of our religion, the spiritual and temporal are so intimately blended that we view no salvation or system of salvation as being complete which does not provide means for the welfare and preservation of the body as well as the salvation of the spirit. Therefore, they will endeavor to teach your Majesty's subjects, who may listen to them, practical salvation."
In the fall of 1920, LDS Apostle David O. McKay was sent on a year-long fact-finding tour of church missions throughout the world. Laie was the highlight of that tour.
Hats off! Along the street there comes a flare.
On the morning of February 7th, 1921, the Laie Elementary School hosted Elder McKay at a special flag-raising ceremony. He was greatly moved by the presentation of the barefoot, multi-ethnic children.
As I looked at that group of youngsters, American, Hawaiian, Chinese, Japanese, Filipino, all thrown into the melting pot and coming out Americans, my bosom swelled with emotion, and tears came to my eyes, and I felt like bowing in prayer and thanksgiving. The Church of Christ will surely make of all nations one blood. May God hasten the day in which this is accomplished.
Elder McKay envisioned an institution of higher learning gracing this land to educate those of many nations in peace and harmonious living. But years would pass before its fulfillment. With the ending of the Korean War and the announcement that David O. McKay had become the new president of the LDS Church, construction of a college in the islands finally took center stage. In the summer of 1954, it was announced that the Church College of Hawaii would be built in Laie, with Dr. Reuben D. Law as president, and would be operating the following year.
When the Church College of Hawaii was being built, and they couldn't get it done fast enough, and so President McKay said, all right, we have to start, and let's build a temporary campus. Von Clissold went all over the island and bought some old structures at the Army bases and the Air Force bases in the area, had them cut in half and trucked along Kamehameha Highway up to Laie. They assigned 2 of the bishops to be responsible. Bishop, you take care of this building, you take care of this building, and they called on their priesthood and their ward members to go build that campus.
While assembling the temporary school, the permanent campus proceeded as well, and a groundbreaking was set for February 12, 1955. As President McKay gave his remarks, the spirit was strong.
The world needs men who cannot be bought or sold. Genuine gold. That's what this school's going to produce. There'll be leaders, not only in this island, but everywhere. Oh, the world is hungering for them. And from this school will go men and women whose influence will be felt for good towards the establishment of peace international.
In the dedicatory prayer, he continued,
that this college and the temple and the town of Laie may become a missionary factor, influencing not thousands, not tens of thousands, but millions of people who will come seeking to know what this town and what its significance are.
The Church College of Hawaii was renamed BYU Hawaii in 1974, and by the dawn of the 21st century, it would have 70 different countries represented from among 2,500 students, making this the most ethnically diverse university per capita in the United States.
I came here being proud to be a Maori from New Zealand. I soon felt proud to be a Polynesian from the South Pacific, and then graduating with a sense of just being proud to be a part of a human race where we are all so well connected to each other.
I decided to come and apply to BYU Hawaii because I always just felt something really special, a connection with this place, and it's probably just because there's a lot of Hawaiian history here, but I also believe that it's the spirit and the gospel that made me connect with this place, and I just kind of felt from the beginning that this is where I needed to go.
I decided to apply. At the time, my wife and I were in Provo, and I was attending BYU Provo. We were there for only a semester, and we kind of just felt like we needed to come back to Hawaii, come back to Laie, and so we prayed about it, and eventually we decided to come back and never look back, and we're grateful to be here.
It's a great place to be, to learn more about even your culture and your community. For me, growing up around this community, I made lots of friends who were students here and who went on to do things and who have helped benefit me in my life spiritually, even financially with jobs and so forth. So that's something unique, I think, BYU Hawaii is that it's the people here, the community.
Pleasant surprise for me when I first came to BYU Hawaii was all the diversity here and learning about different people around the world and learning from their culture, experiencing their food and getting to know them, and it really broadened my horizon and made me understand more about the world.
After the lands here were purchased, faithful saints from around the islands began gathering. My fourth great-grandfather, Kaleo Hano, was one of them. Kaleo Hano was of royal lineage and was highly educated in Hawaiian and Western knowledge. He met Elder George Buchanan and was baptized in the summer of 1851. After his baptism, Kaleo Hano accompanied Elder Cannon to the other side of Maui, beginning a lifetime of missionary service. He used his language skills to teach Elder Cannon to speak Hawaiian, and his education in the Hawaiian oral tradition made him a powerful speaker. His noble lineage allowed him to facilitate connections for the missionaries wherever they traveled. In 1865, the Kaleo Hano family moved to Laie. There, Kaleo Hano became the Hawaiian monarchy's primary contact within the church. He was once asked to give a priesthood blessing to King Kamehameha V. King Kalakaua and Queen Kapiolani regularly stayed with Kaleo Hano and his family when they visited Laie. Kaleo Hano spent his life in service, including missions to each of the Hawaiian Islands and many years working on behalf of the saints in Laie. He dedicated the northwest cornerstone of the Laie Chapel on April 6, 1882. His last calling was as a home missionary in 1893. He passed away in March of 1896 and is buried near the Laie Hawaii Temple. His descendants have lived and served in Laie for many generations. My connection to this place continues with my grandfather, John Saikion Kawe Sr. Today you've heard reference to the Church College of Hawaii dedicatory prayer given by President David O. McKay in 1955, in which he prophesied of millions of people coming to Laie. My grandfather, who was not a member of the church at the time, attended this dedication in person. He came home and teased my Grandma Harriet, who was a faithful Latter-day Saint, saying, "That old haole man is crazy, and nobody going to come Laie for anything but fishing." My grandfather was baptized 7 years later and lived to see that prophecy fulfilled. Years later, my father, John Saikion Kawe Jr., studied Mandarin in the language training mission that is now known as Hale 2. After his mission, he returned to attend school and perform here. On July 1st, 2020, my wife Monica and I and our 5 children began our chapter in this story. Coming to Laie has been a powerful experience for me. I've felt the Spirit testify of the divine nature of this place and of the importance of my role in fulfilling the prophecies associated with this university. As I have contemplated these responsibilities, one thing I have felt very strongly is that the most important part of the story of BYU Hawaii is you. Every prophecy, every sacrifice, every challenge that has been overcome to build and sustain this university is for you. This university exists for your secular and spiritual education, your development as a leader and disciple of Christ, and your future success in building your family and your community. This unique heritage and legacy now reside in and depend upon you. In Doctrine and Covenants 18:8, the Lord spoke of Joseph Smith, saying, "And now marvel not that I have called him unto mine own purpose, which purpose is known in me." I want you to understand that the Lord has called you to this place. He knows your purpose. This coming Fast Sunday, I invite you to fast and pray for the Lord to provide you with a clear understanding of your purpose here at this university and of your place in the beautiful story of Laie and BYU Hawaii. The Lord will sustain you as you align your desires with His and seek to fulfill your eternal purpose. I testify to you that you will feel His influence in your life as you seek to be obedient and to honor the spirit and heritage of this place. Thank you for joining us here at BYU Hawaii. Sister Kawe and I love you. We're working and praying for your success. Aloha.
I hope you all feel the significance of this place, this university you have chosen to attend. Here, you will see a pledge. A pledge is a vow, an oath, a promise. The BYU Hawaii Pledge is as follows. As members of the BYU Hawaii Ohana, we dedicate ourselves to live in a manner that is pleasing to God. We strive to do His will and His work as we serve our fellow men. We recognize the sacredness of this special gathering place called Laie, a temporal and spiritual refuge where we enter to become refined. With the aloha spirit that emanates from the pure love of Christ, we gain knowledge, keep covenants, build character, strengthen testimonies, and become disciplined disciples. Together, we stand as one, building Zion. We commit to become genuine gold, as prophesied by President David O. McKay, and go forth to be light bearers, leaders, builders, and peacemakers throughout the world. We will arise and shine forth, that our light may be a standard for the nations. You might recognize this pledge from the welcome materials that were sent to you. This pledge will be posted in the Aloha Center and in your dorms when you arrive on campus. It is a constant reminder to you of the promises that were made at this university and the magnificent outcome of abiding by them. Your light can truly be a standard for the nations. Now that you have learned about Laie, about its prophetic mission, and received the challenge to fast and pray for your purpose here, the Malamalama portion of our ceremony has reached its close, and the remote Holokai Fair will now commence.
Thank you for those inspiring words. Aloha and welcome to BYU Hawaii. We are here in the Hawaiian Village at the beautiful Polynesian Cultural Center. Behind me, you see the magnificent Iosepa canoe, much like the ones that our ancestors took as they searched for new lands and new adventures. Just like them, your vessel will be your Holokai, and this journey will change your life. As one of your academic advisors on campus, my job is to help you navigate your Holokai, or academic journey, that you will embark on while you're here at BYU Hawaii. It is unlike any other voyage you will take. You will learn, participate, and engage with your fellow classmates, professors, and staff while here, choosing a variety of different types of coursework and participating in extracurricular activities that will open your eyes to different ways of thinking. Like any journey, your Holokai is a process and will require careful and thoughtful planning. In order to graduate from BYU Hawaii, there are 4 things that you must know and steps that you must follow. Simply put, you will choose 1 major, 2 minors or certificates, attend 3 semesters per year, and complete all of your graduation requirements in 4 years. 1. Choose 1 major. In order to graduate, you will eventually need to choose a major. If you're unsure at this time what you want to major in, that's okay. You have the opportunity to explore. This is a time for you to look at all of your options and take classes that seem interesting to you. 2. Choose 2 minors or certificates. In addition to a major, you need to choose 2 additional programs from the other 2 academic areas, which could be minors, certificates, or even another major. The idea initially is that you will choose a total of 3 programs to explore, and 1 will eventually become your major. 3. Attend all 3 semesters. Our calendar year consists of fall, winter, and spring, and you are required to attend all 3 semesters. But don't worry, you'll have plenty of time to enjoy your summer break during the months of July and August. No school, lots of time to work and earn some money, and yes, lots of time for fun. By attending all 3 semesters, you will maximize your time here and have the full catalog of courses available to you. 4. Complete all graduation requirements in 4 years. You have 4 years to finish your degree. You may hear us reference 4-year allotment, and within that time, you will have plenty of time to complete your major, minors, certificates, internships, and perhaps some extras. So to recap, earning your degree here at BYU Hawaii is easy as 1, 2, 3, 4. To help you understand the pieces that make up our holokai, I'm going to explain a little bit about the epistemology or the theory behind its creation. Our holokai is a unique curriculum designed to develop the mind and heart so that students learn in ways that will transform their lives and empower them to lead in their families and in their communities and help build the kingdom of God. This curriculum helps students to think in different ways that will make them a more complete leader, employee, and human being. There are 4 dimensions to this curriculum. First, we have your spiritual development. The religious educational curriculum will aid in your spiritual understanding, development, and growth. This dimension is woven throughout the BYUH experience, with emphasis through religious education courses, campus devotionals, temple service, and Sabbath worship. Students affirm their identity as children of God through the spiritual dimensions as they work to develop their relationship with Heavenly Father. Second is our relationship with others. The arts and humanities area helps us connect with our humanistic nature, meaning that we will cultivate our relationships with others as we learn more about them and understand our differences. We will also come to understand that even though we are different, we have many things in common and can help to build up one another. Third, we look at the connection with our environment, and we do this by learning about math and science. This category helps us to develop our capacity to reason scientifically and engage our relationship with the environment around us. As we learn to understand that we are all interconnected with the world around us, it makes us want to be better stewards of it. Our 4th area helps us to see ourselves as a person of service to others. It is called professional studies. From this area, we more fully develop our sense of self as it relates to our abilities as a contributing, participating member of society. It can put us in positions of service to others and open our minds to causes around us, as well as help us learn to contribute actively to the basic needs of our families, communities, and nations. In addition to the 4 areas previously mentioned, every student will need to complete core math and English classes. After this presentation, please join us for our live stream event where you can ask questions and participate in some fun trivia challenges. We will have staff and current students online to help you and answer any questions you may have. In addition to this presentation and our live stream event, you will have the opportunity to visit our holokai page and virtually meet some of our faculty and hear them explain what is great about their programs and how they will benefit your educational journey. Our faculty have recorded videos for you to watch and hopefully to give you some further insight into what their programs are all about and maybe inspire you to try something that you may not have previously considered. While you peruse through the videos, take notes and write down any questions that you think of. Then feel free to reach out via email to faculty and other advisors for more information and any clarification you may need. Mahalo for joining us today. We are truly excited for you to be a part of our BYU Hawaii Ohana. And even though we cannot be here together, we look forward to that day with excitement. Aloha!
All right. Aloha! Thank you for participating in our Malamalama welcome ceremony and Holokai presentations. Don't forget to visit our Holokai Fair website and explore the resources and videos available for you online. Here's the link. Now, allow us to introduce ourselves. My name is Manny. I am from the beautiful island of Oregon. I'm majoring in hospitality and tourism management and minoring in Pacific Island Studies. I served in the best mission ever, the Philippines Cebu East Mission. I work in the Ho'okele department as a lead specialist for our new student experience team.
And my name is Sydney, and I'm from China. I'm majoring in film and theater and minoring in marketing and psychology. I work at the Polynesian Cultural Center as a dancer for the night show and canoe show.
Now that you've got an opportunity to get to know us, we'd love to get to know you better. Where are you guys from? Go ahead and use the chat to let us know what country, state, city, island, or village you are representing. Let's see, we have some people from the Philippines, people from
Tonga.
Tonga. Who else do we have? Do you see another other one, Sydney? Make sure you guys say something. We really want to get to know you guys.
From Japan.
Oh, Japan.
Awesome. From all over the world. Indonesia.
Ooh. Anywhere else?
Canada.
Canada. Yes,
Awesome.
All right.
Later on, we will be answering questions that you may have about BYU Hawaii. Please feel free to ask us your questions in the chat. We have our Ho'okele staff on standby to respond to your questions. If we like your question, we will highlight it and reward you with a BYU Hawaii t-shirt. So start asking now. All right, so what we are going to do today is play a game. But before we jump into things, we'd like to announce that this game is for new students only, meaning those who will be attending BYU Hawaii for the first time ever. If you are a current or returning student, this game is not for you.
You guys might be asking, what kind of game are we going to play? Well, we're going to be playing a game called Kahoot. This is an online game, so as long as you're watching this live and you have good Wi-Fi, you'll be able to participate. For those of you who have never played it before, don't you worry. We'll explain the rules and make sure everyone has an opportunity to win a prize. The game works best if you have another device to use. So if you're watching this live stream on your phone, I would recommend getting out a laptop, iPad, tablet, or borrowing someone else's phone so that you can participate in the game and still watch our live stream. If you don't have access to another device, that's okay. You can just watch me and Sydney's beautiful faces.
Okay, now let me explain how the rules work and how Kahoot works. Kahoot is a timed multiple choice quiz. We'll ask you questions from things you should have learned during the Malamalama ceremony. We'll all be playing at the same time, so everyone will be trying to answer the same question at the same time. The way you can earn points is by choosing the correct answer. Each question has a time limit, and so the faster you choose the right answer, the more points you receive.
Earlier we said something about the prizes, so let us just clarify what that means. We will be giving the top 10 people with the highest scores a prize. The prize will come in the form of a BYU Hawaii bookstore gift card. Ta-da! The bookstore is a place where you can get textbooks, school supplies, hydro flasks, longboards, surfboards, computers, clothes, anything and everything that a student may want or need. Don't just think it's a store just for books.
Yeah, a bookstore gift card might not sound that appealing, but trust me, it's a good place to spend money. Textbooks are expensive, and just like Manny said, you can get more than just books. Now, I'd like to explain how our prizes are going to work. The first place winner will receive an $100 gift card. The second and third place winners will receive a $75 gift card. And the fourth and fifth place winners will receive a $50 gift card. And the 6th to 10th place winners will receive a $30 gift card. But there's one stipulation. The gift cards must be redeemed in person, so you must be here in person to use it. Not to worry, the gift cards do not have an expiration date.
All right, so now we'd like to lay down some house rules. We want to remind you that this Kahoot game is for new students only. If you are not a new student, we ask that you do not participate. For the new students that are participating, we ask that you refrain from putting any nicknames, code names, or anything of that sort. Please just use your first and last name.
All right, so now that we know the rules of the game and what the prizes are, we need everyone to go to kahoot.it. Let me spell it out for you just in case you need some help. KAHOOT.IT. This game should ask you for a game pin. The game pin is 6945515. I repeat, the game pin is 6945515. Like Manny said earlier, please use your first and last name. Do not use a nickname or a funny name. If you do, that will disqualify you from our game.
We're going to give everyone some time to get themselves ready for this Kahoot game, but in the meantime, we want to recognize the other people we have here in the studio with us. We have Uncle Eddie. He is the manager of student recruitment and alumni relations. He will be strumming the ukulele for us as we play our Kahoot game. We also have Uncle Chad and Emily from the admissions office who will help us respond to your questions in the chat. We also have some other people from all over the world helping to respond to all of your questions. We also want to thank our awesome media production team. They are the best. Guarantee none of this would be possible without them.
All right, I think we should get this Kahoot game started. Manny, are you ready?
I'm ready. Do you think our new students are ready?
I think they are. Let's do this.
Here we go. I have a lot of people still joining this game.
I know.
This is going to be very competitive. Everyone wants that $100 gift card. Question 1. What year was BYU Hawaii established? One more time. What year was BYU Hawaii established? 1955?
1975?
1921?
Or 1865?
Sid, do you know the answer?
I think so, but I'm not sure.
And the question again was, what year was BYU Hawaii established? I think it was sometime before I was born, so...
Yeah, me too.
I don't even know when I was born, to be honest. And the answer is 1955. Looks like the majority of the people got it right.
Good job, you guys. There's a lot of questions, so don't worry if you didn't get this one right.
Catherine Hall, go you. All right, let's go to the next question.
Okay. What was the original name of BYU Hawaii? Again, what was the original name of BYU Hawaii? Was it LDS Hawaii College?
LDS Pacific College?
Church College of Hawaii?
Or Church University of Hawaii?
I don't know, they all sound like pretty accurate, that could work.
I know, 3 of them have the word Hawaii, 3 of them have college.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Let's see, I wonder how many of them are gonna get it right.
I know. The question is, what was the original name of BYU Hawaii?
Church College of Hawaii.
Hey, most of you guys got it right. Good job.
Looks like we got a good batch of incoming freshmen.
Yes, you guys know your stuff.
Oh, Catherine Hall still in first place. All right, here we go. Let's get on to our next question. What is the Hawaiian word for torch? One more time the question, what is the Hawaiian word for torch? Kukui,
Hikimai,
ahi,
or lamaku?
lamaku.
Lamaku.
What is the Hawaiian word for torch? I'll give them a hint. Ahi is my favorite kind of poke. Spicy ahi.
Foodland, yes.
It's the best. So again, the question, what is the Hawaiian word for torch? The answer is lamaku. Looks like not everyone got that one right.
That's okay. That was a hard question.
Yeah, that was a hard one. I honestly wouldn't know that if I didn't work here. Oh, Cass and Kaimi working their way up. All right, let's get to our next question.
True or false? The Laie Hawaii Temple was the first temple built outside of the continental United States.
Want to try saying it again?
You got it, Manny.
Was the Laie Hawaii Temple the very first temple built outside of the continental United States? True or false? If you look at that picture of the temple, it's freaking beautiful, yeah?
It is so beautiful. It's my favorite temple.
Really? But you're not getting married in the temple? Not in the Laie Temple? Oh wait, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. But yeah, true or false? Let's see. It is true. Yeah, fun fact, the Laie Hawaii Temple was actually the 5th one of this dispensation. And yeah, first one built outside of the continental United States. Our next question is, which prophet of the church founded BYU Hawaii? One more time, which prophet of the church founded BYU Hawaii?
Is it George Q. Cannon,
Joseph F. Smith,
Brigham Young,
or David O. McKay? Which church prophet was the founder of BYU Hawaii?
We'll give you a hint. It's the guy standing in the picture.
He's very tall. He's a very good-looking man, and he was in that video you guys just watched. So please, I hope you all get this right. The answer is David O. McKay.
Wow.
almost everyone got that right.
The highest number of people that got it correct.
Good job, everyone. Let's see. Cass and Kaimi, they're holding that top spot. Here we go. Next question.
Okay. What is the target area of BYU, Hawaii? Again, what is the target area of BYU, Hawaii? Is it international,
Hawaii
Pacific and Asia,
or Polynesia? Just to make sure everyone understands this question, this is like what students, like where do we want most of our students to be coming from around the world?
A hint, it's us.
Yes.
We fall into that target area.
Yes, just think of the most beautiful people in the world. Where do they come from? They come from the Pacific and Asia.
Pacific and Asia.
All of those questions, or all of those answers are pretty close to the right one.
Yeah, they're all pretty similar.
Yeah, if you got that one wrong, don't feel too bad. Oh, we have a lot of people that have a streak.
Ooh,
here we go.
Moving up.
All right, next question. How many countries are represented at BYU Hawaii this semester? The question again is, how many countries are represented at BYU Hawaii this semester? Is it 58?
72?
30?
Or 99?
How many countries are represented at BYU Hawaii this semester? You see that picture? Just in case people don't know where that picture is coming from, it's from our every winter semester, yeah?
Yeah.
Culture night. Probably my favorite event
Yeah,
here at
it's
BYU
super
Hawaii.
fun.
The correct answer is 72.
72. A lot of countries.
It's a lot of countries. All right, next question. Oh, someone's moving up. Go Amelia Anderson. My girl. Next question.
Okay. How many students are enrolled at BYU Hawaii this fall semester? Again, how many students are enrolled at BYU Hawaii this fall semester? Is it 3,120,
5,500,
10,000,
or 2,550?
Do you know?
I honestly don't know. I forgot. We've been practicing for this game how many times? I forgot how many kids we're gonna have this semester. What do you think it is?
The more the merrier.
That's true.
No. The answer is 3,120 students.
Very nice, very nice. Seven players, answer streak of 4.
Moving up.
All right, we'll go to our next question. What is the name of BYU Hawaii's academic curriculum? What is BYU Hawaii's name for their academic curriculum? Is it Holomua,
Holokai,
Ho'okele,
or Holo.
Let's give them a hint. It starts with the ho.
Yeah, starts with H-O.
Yeah. And the question again is, what is the name of BYU Hawaii's academic curriculum? The answer is Holukai.
Good
Looks
job.
like almost everyone got that one
I
right.
think they need to look at that before they come to school here.
They really should.
Yeah.
Make sure they know what they're doing.
Most important.
All right, here we go. Let's go with our next
Amelia
question.
Anderson, first place. Who is the current president of BYU Hawaii? Again, who is the current president of BYU Hawaii? Is it John S. Tanner,
John Kao
Keone Bell,
or John Keone Kaue?
a hint? It's the guy in the picture.
Yes. He was also in one of the videos that you guys just watched. He used to be a teacher at BYU Provo. He's very handsome.
Great guy.
Very, very good guy. Honestly, actually, I haven't met him yet. Have you met him?
I met him. Yeah, he's great.
Let's see.
John Keone Kawe,
Most of them got that right. Hopefully, we can all get to meet him pretty soon.
brand new president.
Brand new president.
Cass and Kayumi moving up.
They were in first place before, yeah?
Yeah, but then, going back and forth.
All right, let's get to our next question. What is the student to faculty ratio at BYU Hawaii? The question is, what is the student to faculty ratio at BYU Hawaii? Is it 10 to 1,
30 to 1,
16 to 1,
or 1 to 1?
I'm gonna give him a hint on this one. It isn't 1 to 1, but it definitely feels like 1 to 1.
Any of these answers are pretty good, honestly.
What's your favorite class, Sid?
My favorite class? Probably any of the theater classes. They're super fun.
All right, the correct answer is 16 to 1. because we're such a small school, we have opportunity to be in smaller class sizes. Your lectures, they're not that big compared to other universities, so it's one of my favorite things about BYU Hawaii.
Definitely really helpful.
Next question.
In the Hawaiian language, what does Malamalama mean? Again, in the Hawaiian language, what does Malamalama mean? Does it mean students?
Enlightenment
Thank you.
or gift? I mean, this is the name of the ceremony that we're participating in right
Yes.
now, the Malamalama ceremony. I feel like there's a lot of kids that come from the Hawaii schools. They kind of have the upper edge on this one.
I know.
I didn't know this until I came to school here.
Same.
The answer is enlightenment. Very nice to everyone who got that. If you didn't get that one right, don't worry.
Amelia, doing great.
Pushing her way back to the top.
Yeah.
Oh my. All right, let's go to our next question.
What are the 3 core classes required for the Holokai? Again, what are the 3 core classes required for the Holokai? Is it French, math, and science?
Hawaiian studies, math, and science?
Arts, religion, and English?
Or religion, English, and math? So these are the classes that everyone has to take, no matter their major or their minor.
Super essential.
Yeah. I wonder what everyone's gonna pick. I feel like this one's a
I
pretty...
think they should know if they already applied.
I really hope they do. The correct answer is religion, English, and math.
Good job, you
Look at
guys.
that. Almost everyone got that right.
Yeah,
Have you finished all of your core classes, Sid?
not yet. Still got some English to do.
Uh-oh. All right, let's get to our next question. How many BYU Hawaii students are employed at the Polynesian Cultural Center? How many BYU Hawaii students are employed at the Polynesian Cultural Center? 525,
950
700.
or 1,550.
Let me just give a shout out to all those beautiful people in that picture, especially if you look in the back right, the guy holding the peace sign, he looks really good. Yeah? Let's get the question one more time. How many BYU Hawaii students are employed at the Polynesian Cultural Center?
950 students.
Wow, not too many people got that one right. It's everyone's kind of
Yeah.
guessing over there. Just want to give a shout out to all my baby sharks from last year's Holamua group. I hope if any of you guys are here, you guys got that question right. All right, our next question is gonna be,
Finish the quotes. Enter to learn, go forth to. Again, finish the quotes. Oh, what is the quote?
enter to learn, go forth to blank.
Is it build,
Lead
surf?
or serve?
I kind of like surf.
I do like surf.
That'd be interesting.
That's why I came to BYU Hawaii, so
Oh,
I could learn
really?
how to surf.
Oh,
I entered to
a great
learn,
reason.
and then I skipped class.
And
No,
you
no,
went
no.
forth to go surf.
I wonder what. Oh, look, Sydney, I think you're in that picture, yeah?
Oh yeah, I am in that picture.
Oh,
Serve.
yes. Enter to learn, go forth
To
to
serve.
serve.
Good
If
job,
you come
you
here
guys.
to surf, no.
I mean, that's fun too, but focus on your studies too.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, I think that was our last question. So let's see how
Who's our
everyone did.
winners?
Third place, Ian Von Cleve.
Good job. Second place, Amelia Anderson. And first place,
Dun-dun-dun-dun. Cass and Kaimi.
good job, you guys.
And in fourth place, our runners-up, we have, they already took
Oh.
away the screen from us.
Well, we'll be contacting you. If you put your first and last name, you'll definitely, if you're in the top 10, get a prize.
Yeah, we want to thank you guys all for joining and playing that Kahoot game. Just know, if you come to, when you get to school here, a lot of the teachers actually use that. Have you ever played that in class?
I have.
It's probably
Super
one of my
fun.
favorite games, yeah.
Educational.
They usually have snacks as prizes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's time for our Q&A session. For those of you, not yet,
Not
actually.
Let's look at all these results first so we can know who are the top 10 people who are going to get
Oh,
one of these
yes.
amazing gift cards. Yeah. Let's see. Can you read that? I cannot read that yet.
I can't read that either.
Let's see. We have Cass and Kaimi,
Amelia
Amelia Anderson,
Anderson, Ian
Von
Van
Cleve, and
Go up there, Manny.
Keona Lani, Nicole, Campbell, Clarissa, Christopher, Kinsley, and Anna Scott. So if you guys are in that top 10, we're gonna contact you guys and let you guys know how we're gonna get you guys our BYU Hawaii gift cards.
Thank you so much for playing. Okay. Now it's time for a Q&A session.
Finally. For those of you who have submitted questions, we thank you. We have selected a few to discuss as a group. The students who ask the questions will receive a BYU Hawaii t-shirt. Just like these ones. These are just some samples. Okay, the first question was asked by Leslie Allred. With all the classes and extracurricular activities, will I have time to go to the beach and explore the island? You want to answer this one, Sid?
I think there is definitely enough time if you have good time management. The weekends are usually free. Just make sure you put your studies first, because that's the most important part.
Yeah, I would say definitely for me, I'm able to go to the beach at least once a week. If I'm able to manage my time better, probably, I usually go every day actually. All right, our second question, you want to read that one, Sid?
Yeah. It comes from Joy. What's one of the best ways we can get involved while we're away? Well, Manny, you want to answer this one?
Yeah, if you guys want to be involved, our clubs are still doing things during this online semester. So if you go to byuh.campuslabs.com, I'll say that one more time, byuh.campuslabs.com, you can sign up for all of the different clubs that we have. The Hawaiian chapter, Filipino chapter, Samoa chapter, all of those different clubs, they're still going to be doing things to keep kids involved.
Yeah, they're going to be super fun, and when you do come to campus, they're going to be even more fun. Okay, next question, Manny.
This one comes from Missy Stanley. Will we be able to return to campus for winter semester if state regulations aren't changing? So everything that we're doing in regards to kids coming to campus, it all depends on the state. So BYU Hawaii, we're just following whatever the state tells us to do. So when the state lets you guys come, then you guys can come.
Nice. Okay, next question, Manny.
You want me to read it?
Yep.
All right. From Samuel Anderson, he's asking, what does ho'okele mean? So I think the answer was actually inside the video that you guys just watched, but the answer is to navigate.
Okay, next question from Morgan. What are the best spots to study at?
Ooh, I like this question.
Yeah, for me, personally, it'd be the Aloha Center. I just like how there are spaces, just hang out with friends, and you can get a lot of work done there. What about you, Manny?
I like to go to the library. The library, they have different places where you can study as groups, or you can study upstairs where there's no one talking and it's like almost dead quiet, silence. And just the fact that there's AC.
Yeah.
Air conditioning is so nice sometimes.
I also like how there's picnic tables outside of the library, so if you want some fresh air to see, like, I don't know, the sky, see the beach.
Yeah,
it's a great place to go.
Sometimes I even just bring my textbook to the beach and just read them over there.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of places here.
All right, Samuel Anderson is asking, how do we sign up for chapters and clubs? So this is a great way to stay involved. The answer is byuh.campuslabs.com. One more time, byuh.campuslabs.com.
Okay, next question from Kai. How many credits are best to take while working part-time? If busy doing both, will there be time for free time?
That's a very good question.
I think it also really depends on what your school schedule is like. I don't know much about online, but when you're in person, you want to make sure your classes don't overlap with work and that you have enough breaks during the day.
Yeah, the minimum amount of credits that a student needs to take is 12, but I've taken 14 to 15. I think I've even gone up to 16 before.
I've taken 17 before.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And I work 2 jobs. I work here at school and then I work off campus as well. So as long as you are organized, have a planner of some sort, it's definitely doable.
Definitely.
All right, Celeste Christiansen is asking, where's your favorite place in Laie? How about you answer this one first, Sid?
There's so many great places here. I think my favorite is Foodland. I just love going to the supermarket, getting some fresh poke, or just the beach too.
Yeah, for me, I like going Hukilau Beach just because that's where my house is. It's only like a 2-minute walk. It's my favorite place to go at in Laie.
Oh, also the Hukilau Marketplace
Oh,
at PCC. A lot of great restaurants there, a great place to hang out.
All right, our next question, Brandon Tapan. What are the foods/menu in the cafeteria? So the cafeteria, a lot of students, they call it the caf. It has a rotating menu. Some of the foods, what are some of your favorite foods, Sid?
I love like the pho, any of the soups, the Asian cuisine, they do a really good job with that.
My favorite is their Portuguese sausage.
Mm.
They used to have it, I think, like every Friday, and I would just make sure I'd always go and be freaking hungry and just eat as much as I can.
Ooh, breakfast is the best meal of the day, I feel like, at the caf.
Yeah.
So just letting you know, a little tip.
Also, there's a time when I didn't want to eat anything at the caf, and they have like a little waffle maker, and I would just always eat waffles.
That's the best, actually.
For breakfast, lunch, dinner, waffles and ice cream.
They really got you covered for everything that you need.
All right, our next question.
Do you guys have any tips for online classes this fall? So I did spring semester this last semester. Did you do spring semester? Oh, well, some tips are probably just stay really organized. Teachers usually don't accept late work here, so make sure that you're always on top of things and you have good time management. Because it's easy to just, ignore your work and watch TV instead because you're just at home, but be sure to stay on top of things.
Yeah, I would say my personal tip is when you have time to do your homework, just do as much as you can, even though it's not due until a week later, 2 weeks later, even like a month later. That way you just have comfort room. So if there's ever anything that comes up, maybe you're working at home, something happens in your family, you don't have to email all your teachers and say, oh, sorry, like this emergency happened.
Check things off as you go. Okay, next question, Manny.
From Brooke Walter, are there other jobs besides the PCC for students to work at?
Definitely. There's jobs all over campus. There's jobs at the Hukila Marketplace, at the shopping center. They're all over.
Yeah, so if you want to work at PCC, that's great. If you want to work somewhere close and you just want to work here at BYU Hawaii, you can also do that too. If you have maybe a car, you can work somewhere around the island.
Yeah.
Or if you even just want to take the bus, that's another option. It's not required for anyone to work, but I highly recommend it. It's nice to learn how to do time management and be self-reliant.
Yeah, it keeps you busy.
All right, we have another question from Anae Fry. Will there be like study groups or ways to ask for help with assignments?
I think that teachers are implementing a way that you can have study groups with other people and their TAs will also help with that. I know that for math, there's like an online math lab where you can Zoom call or message them and they'll definitely help you out there. And I think it's the same for like the English Center, like reading and writing, same with that.
Yeah, so for every single one of your classes, when you go onto Canvas, you can look in that actual class, you can see what people are in it. It'll show you your professor or if there's any TAs, and you can just send them a message on Canvas and that'll send an email to their work email. And also just like what Sydney said, the math, reading and writing center, all of these different things that we have here on campus, they also have tutors that you can reach out to and get help for your classes and assignments.
Okay, next question by Cody. We have to live on campus for our first year. Does this semester still include that or when we first get there?
That is a very interesting question. I will wait until I clarify with our admissions department, and it looks like
is no.
No. Cody, I'm gonna get back to you with a better answer than that. I apologize.
Okay, next question by Grace. What is one thing you wish you'd known as a freshman? Okay.
So long ago.
I know. I think for me, I wish I knew that it was okay to go to the caf by myself. Like, I thought that I had to have my friends with me and I had to sit with my friends, but being at the caf is like the #1 place to meet friends and socialize. So don't be afraid, go say hi to somebody and sit with them. I mean, that only applies to when you come on campus, but remember that for then.
Let's see, something that I wish I knew when I was a freshman would probably be just how to study efficiently. Because I feel like it took me 1 or 2 semesters to kind of get the hang of things. You just got to kind of figure out how do you like to do your assignments, if you like doing them, or personally for me, just having a good space. I say the library because that's the best place for me to study. I can't study in my room. I can't really study in a lot of different places, but for me, finding a good study environment, that was the best thing for me to know.
Yeah, I also think that if you work hard in your classes, like your first 2 years, you'll definitely be able to graduate maybe earlier than expected, and that's always nice.
Also, don't be afraid of your teachers. Even though you've never met them in person, just send them an email and tell them that you're stuck, you need help, maybe English wasn't your first language and you're really struggling. Let them know that.
Yeah.
Teachers here are so nice and very understanding.
Definitely.
And they're strict, but they're also loving. So don't be afraid of your teachers.
Okay, next question by Gina. Do the rooms on campus have a kitchen so we can cook some typical food? At the freshman hallways, they don't have a kitchen for you to use. They have a microwave you can use, but if you're in the upperclassmen hallways, they do have kitchens like an apartment style. That's why freshmen are required to have a meal plan. Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me. Our next question is from Brandon again, saying, is there family home evenings on campus? Excuse me. Yes, there are family home evenings. So when you get here, you're going to be assigned to different young single adult wards, and each YSA ward, they'll have family home evening, usually every Monday. Sometimes they'll do stuff on Saturdays or other times during the week, but every single Monday, there's family home evening.
Yeah, YSA wards are super good.
Yeah, me and Sydney were actually in a YSA ward her first semester, yeah?
Yeah, my first semester.
All right, let's see. Next question.
Next question. What was your biggest struggle at BYUH?
All right, I'll answer first. My biggest struggle at BYUH, I want to say getting acclimated to the humidity of Hawaii. So when I first got here, I was coming from the mainland in Oregon. It's humid there, but nothing compared to here. I think, yeah, that was probably my biggest struggle, adjusting to the weather. And also, like, here in Laie, it rains for like a random 5 minutes every hour. So you always need to have some type of raincoat or sweatshirt, hoodie, jumper, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I think for me, it was kind of like making friends. I was pretty nervous to come to school here and I didn't talk to many people. But don't worry if you're kind of shy or nervous, just wait because your friends will be there and you'll go to different classes and you'll meet more people. And everything will work out in the end, just take time.
Yeah, let me just add one more thing. Like, I think my first week or two, like before I knew anyone other than my family members, it was super like scary walking down the hallways. So make sure you try to make some friends. Don't be afraid to just ask someone in your class like, hey, do you want to be friends?
Oh yeah, ask somebody to go to the caf with you. Yeah, it's super fun.
All right, Ashlyn Winiger is asking, what type of events does BYU Hawaii have? Let's see, my favorite event is Culture Night. That happens every winter semester. During fall semester, we normally have something called Food Fest. That's where every single club or country, they have a tent and they sell food that's native to their country. That's a cool place to feel like you're eating all around the world. It reminds me kind of Epcot, if any of you have been to Disney World. What other events do you like, Sid?
I don't know if this is an event, but the farmer's market. Yeah, so every other Friday we have a farmer's market where there's a bunch of vegetables and different foods that you can buy, and it's pretty cheap. Yeah, you can get lunch there. It's a super fun place to go.
Yeah. Let's see, some other cool events, like there's dances almost every Friday or Saturday. Lots and lots of dances.
Always have free pizza there. Good reason to go.
Free pizza and ice cream.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid of going to the school events, even if you don't know anyone. You'll probably show up and see someone else who doesn't know anyone and just introduce yourself. Say, hi, my name's Manny. I like poke.
Yeah, definitely. Get all the girls.
All right, we have a question from Mutia. Can you give us some tips how to make a friend when we are doing online classes?
Ooh, okay. I know that my spring semester, it was online, so we didn't see anybody, but a lot of our classes had discussion boards, and we had to reply to a lot of people, and I think we have to like introduce ourselves a lot on those discussion boards. So just getting to know people on there, and again, if you want to have a study group, you can always message them on Canvas. It shows like the people in your classes and how to contact them.
Yeah, and then also on Instagram, Facebook, we have a page. It's at BYUHNSE, and if you just follow that page, there'll be different events or ways for you to get to know some other new students. Yeah, right there. BYUHNSE.
Yes.
Let's see, do you have any other questions? Looks like one more question from Anai. You want to read it? Sid, can you read that?
Where is that?
Are there lots of interactions? Are there lots of interactions with upperclassmen? The answer is yes.
Definitely. I know that my first freshman year here, I was put into a YSA ward with the upperclassmen men. Here's an example. Yeah, so you definitely get to know a lot of people, and some of your classes, upperclassmen are still taking like the first beginner classes if they want to just try it out. So there's definitely a lot of intermingling between freshmen and upperclassmen.
Yeah, BYU Hawaii is a very small school. So once you get here, sooner or later, you're gonna get to know almost everyone. You're gonna see them in the hallways. You may not know their name, but always say hello.
Great opportunity to say hi to them then if you don't know their name.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, family, that's all the time we have for today.
If you have any more questions, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. Ask me there, but make sure you follow me first. No, just kidding. If you have any more questions, please feel free to message us on Instagram and Facebook at BYUHNSE. Ta-da! In conclusion, I want to thank you all for participating in our Malamalama welcome ceremony and Holokai presentations.
Please do not forget to visit our Holokai Fair website and explore the resources and videos available to you online. Here's the link.
Also at the same website, tune in tomorrow to watch a virtual campus tour. The video is going to be starring yours truly. Sydney and I will show you around our beautiful campus.
We can't wait for you to join us here on campus. When you fast and pray this Sunday, please also pray for the spirit of aloha to be with our BYUH community wherever we may be this fall semester.
We love you guys and wish you the very best this fall semester. Thank you all for participating in our Malamalama ceremony and Holokai presentations. We leave you now with this BYU Hawaii Culture Night video montage. We hope you enjoy it, take care, and aloha!